Well, hey, Minorcan Navy, Captain Mandy coming to you. We've got the mullet in dry dock today, and we're out taking care of a couple little issues with the net. And I've had a few people who have inquired about the net and how does it work, some on the channel and some I've just seen. So, we thought we'd take the opportunity to kind of stretch it out as best we could to try to help you guys understand how this auto trawl works. It all starts here at the front of the net. It has a door. This door is designed with chains to make it spread the net out and down so it makes contact with the sea bottom. There's one on each side. The door is attached to a top line and a bottom line. The bottom line is weighted with chain. The top line has a float at the center of the tongue. Now the tongue is an extension and kind of adds into the net. There's a tickler chain down there, and this piece of added in material catches those shrimp. As they encounter that chain, they will jump up in the water column, and of course this hood part would already be over them, and it'll catch them and bring them right in, funnel them right down into the cod end. And of course the other side of the net is just a duplicate of the first side with this second door. We try to give you a shot here of looking back from that and how that hood kind of sticks out over the top and kind of allows those shrimp that jump to be funneled right back into the cod end. If you look down there, you can see that chain that's sewn into this net. This net was built in North Carolina. It's 26 feet long because they have a recreational supplement to their law, which allows folks to go out and recreationally shrimp. They have to have 2 of these devices. This is a bycatch reduction device. As fish get caught in the cod end, they swim back up towards the top of the net. They encounter this device and are allowed to swim right out of the net. So it greatly reduces the amount of bycatch. Now we have a float that's attached to the tail bag of the net. That's the end where the catch is collected. And this is what helps us kind of retrieve the net. Hopefully we're gonna get the drone up in the next trip or two and be able to show you guys how the operation works from the air, give you a better perspective of the system. What this kind of enables us to do is not have to retrieve the entire net when we get the catch. We will disconnect from the tow lines, set an anchor out on the tow lines, then bring the boat around to retrieve this float, pull in the cod end of the net, dump the catch, retie the bag. We put it back over, bring the boat back around to the tow lines, reattach those off the anchor, and begin towing again. And that saves a lot of physical exertion from having to pull the entire net up every time we have to pull the catch in. Now there is always maintenance to be done on the net, from snags, hangs, sharks, all kinds of little toothy critters down there, and they get in the net. So this is a continuous process here, finding these little areas that are broken. I mentioned this net was built in North Carolina at the New River Net Shop. It's a poly net, and I'm not a real big fan of these nets, and it seems like it's difficult for knots to stay tied on the poly. They slide around a lot and kind of come undone. It's a bit of a hassle. It just seems like it's a never-ending process with this net. Hopefully we're going to look at getting something else built that's more in lines with a traditional net. It'll be a little heavier, but maintenance should be less on it, and we look forward to that. Now, also we mentioned that there's a recreational component to the law up in North Carolina. In Georgia, if you retrieve a shrimp trawl by hand, you don't have to pull the turtle excluder device. And the obvious part of that is that
with pulling a net in by hand, you're not going to be towing very long, just because you can't manage to get a lot of weight pulled up into the boat. So typically here, our tows are 30 minutes or less. It doesn't seem to injure the turtles. They are that's inside of their window for survival by quite a bit, and if you do catch one, they're quickly released and go on about their way. We're already just kind of sewing up a couple spots here in the net, and this will be something we'll continue to do because it is ongoing. It never seems to end with a shrimp net. Hey, Minorcan Navies, we finish up with the sewing on the net. We're going to try to get that drone up, and I'm sure that'll help kind of understand how this net is processed. But in the meantime, we're going to ask you, if you haven't done it yet, click on that subscribe link, send us some comments. But most of all, hey, we want you guys to stay safe out there.